Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nikki C, all the way from Philadelphia, PA. I am super excited to introduce our guest today, but this is brought to you by the Connected Leaders Academy and Balm Global. We have been wrapping up the last details on the Balm Global official business launch and the network training event that we are having May 20th. And if you have not gotten your ticket or know what the benefits are, definitely connect with me today. Follow me on Facebook, Nikki Cuesta, or Building a Leadership Mindset. We are just doing amazing things, and I'm super grateful to all our sponsors, our ticket holders, our volunteers, and the Balm Global team. So super excited about everything that's going on, but enough about that. I have an amazing guest today. I met her through my BLN community, which is the Business Leaders Network, sponsored by J.R. Spears. Well, not sponsored, founder, J.R. Spears. So super excited to have her. Her name is Cynthia Corsant. And this is a little bit about her bio. While being a stay-at-home mom, Cynthia started feeling stuck and frustrated with how she looked and felt. The one thing that helped her feel strong and empowered was exercising. She got serious about health and fitness. People started asking her how they could do it too. So she got certified as a personal trainer. Then she earned special certifications to teach kettlebells, increase flexibility, improve nutrition, and reset the mind and body. Now she shares this information in a holistic program that focuses on mindset, fueling the body, workouts, stress, recovery, and health habits. She understands what it's like to have a lot of responsibility and not a lot of time, but still wanting to feel confident and get back in shape. She is particularly passionate about helping moms who take care of both kids and aging parents feel happy with their bodies and be the fittest moms that can be. Let me add our guest on. Have her here. Hello, Cynthia. How are you today?
Hey, Nikki. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So great to have you. Now you are officially part of the Bomb family, soon to be
Yay.
celebrating our top 100 interviews in almost between 6 and 7 months since Bomb was born. So super excited to be able to celebrate you not only today, but in probably a couple more weeks. So how is everything going? Tell us a little bit about Cynthia and who Cynthia was before, and this journey into what you're doing today.
Yeah. So I got a PhD in geography. So I'm a long way from that. But after earning my PhD, I decided I was going to stay home with my kids because I thought they're only young ones. So I want to stay home and enjoy that. And while I was staying home, I got a little bit bored, a little bit disconnected from my purpose, and I felt really frustrated. I felt disempowered. I was getting aches and pains, and I didn't really have a direction. So I was just kind of rudderless, but I knew that I felt great when I went to the gym. I felt strong, empowered, and I wanted more of that. And so I got more serious about it. And then people started to ask me, like, how can I do this? What do you suggest I do? And I thought that is great. I could have the time freedom and kind of set my own hours so I could be home with my kids. I didn't have to commute for forever. So started me on this entrepreneurial path with this time freedom. And I love that. And I just kind of doubled down on that, got more specialized, opened my own business, and then I took it online. And that's where I am today.
I love that. First of all, PhD in geography, such a long way. You definitely hit that right on the nail. Like, what was that transition like? What was your initial goal? What did you love about geography that really, um, catched your attention for that?
I think it was because I love taking care of things. Like I love having a greater purpose. And so what I specialized in was resource management. And I literally worked at a research center that studied deforestation in the Amazon. So I just love taking care of things, having a larger purpose, contributing to the greater good of society, that kind of thing. So that's what I loved most about it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's about like helping my clients today too.
Yeah, that'll definitely help out in that field as well. I just want to ask you, like, I know you said you were frustrated, you kind of wanted to spend time with your children, you wanted to enjoy that space. Was
Mhm.
there ever a doubt or a challenge during that transition to say, am I really going to make it? Do I really want to do this? Like, what was the pros and cons that you kind of laid
Right.
out before making that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started, I guess, where a lot of personal trainers start, like at my local Gold's Gym. So I got certified and I was like, I'm going to help people. I love working out. I'm going to help people to love working out and get strong and healthy. So I got hired, and all they really cared about is selling. And I was like, but I want to help people. And so it was a little bit of a mismatch. And you don't make a whole lot of money when you work for other people. Learned that lesson pretty early on, and I wasn't able to have the culture that I really wanted when I was working for other people. So that kind of solidified my need to do my own thing and be just really clear about like this is what I want and really going after that. And it was. I mean, there were days when I went home and cried. I'm not gonna lie, especially with the selling. The selling is hard for me because I had this mindset of, like used car salesman and feeling sleazy, and I gotta like, I don't know, like stick my foot in the door and that kind of thing, and all the hustle and all that. And I wasn't really on board with all of that. And so that took a little bit to kind of get through that and find a different way that wasn't quite that used car salesman, hustle, grind mentality. So trying to find my path through that, but still try to be successful. That was probably the most challenging part.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing that because it is true. As an entrepreneur, it's like we have these great ideas, we have these great programs, but it's like the main question we ask ourselves is who's going to buy, right? Who's going
Right.
to really buy into my vision and really see that I genuinely want to help and I can because I have all these things and I know people are going through their current situations, and if I can be that holding hand for them, I want to do that. But how do I price it? How do I tell them,
Mhm.
even though I want to help you, my services still are for profit, which is okay. We all want to do that, right? So it is kind of hard, especially when you have to take it to like your family, your friends, people that know you and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So what did you have to do to change that mindset? Did you get a coach? Did
Yeah.
you kind of just research, different tactics to really help you kind of release that mindset and really just build a program that will really help?
Right. Yeah, I did research again because I'm a geek at heart. I'm a research geek at heart. That's why what led me through to earn a PhD is because I love to research and figure things out. That's part of it. So I did, of course, do that. And a lot of it was all pointing towards the same thing. Like if you want to go further faster, you need a coach. But this idea that if you truly have something that can help people and you really put your message out there, it's kind of like they just come to you. You get this blue ocean of people who resonate with your message and they're like, "Yes, I need that." So that kind of idea, this attraction type of mentality, that's really helped me. And I did. I've had several coaches in the field of just general business and marketing, like JR Spear has been my coach, like you said, with the business leaders networking. And that's really helped me, especially like when I start to doubt myself, they can bring me back on course, that kind of thing. So definitely coaching has been a big part.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get it because I've had for a long time as an entrepreneur, starting in 2015 when I first received my real estate license. I wish I had just jumped on a team and not try to do it myself. Though I was working like 60 to 80 hours a week in my regular job, which again, at that time, I was just not comfortable in just letting that go and really taking action. So, I decided, like, even after my first transaction, I said, you know what, I really don't like the paperwork and I don't like the time restrictions. So I'll just, I'm a born connector, and I'll just connect people. I'll downgrade it a referral agent, collect a passive income, and I'm good with that. So then, I stopped for a long time until 2020, when I finally decided to do everything else that I've done to date. So, and that's only when I decided to participate in networking events and in coaching. And you were just at a networking event, and I missed to see you because I know you weren't
Yeah.
there in
It's because your
December.
birthday, right?
It was on my birthday weekend. Yes,
Oh.
so unfortunately I couldn't make it. But so yeah, so how was that? How important is getting in the room for these networking events and the training and the learning that you receive? If you can just give us a few tidbits about that.
You know what popped in my head is that Hamilton song, like, wanna be in the room where it happens, where it happens. It's like, that's so true. You want to be in there. You get the fear of missing out, all that good stuff comes up. So it was really great to meet with people on in person that I've met online. That's where most of what I do today is. And so it's great to connect online, but that true intimacy, the true I don't know, experience of going through something together, it's a lot deeper in person. So it was really great to meet all those people in person. It's so funny. You're like, wow, you're shorter or you're taller than I thought. So it just gives you a more rounded view of people, and you kind of see how they are when they're not kind of odd, get the real person. And it was great that so many people were so welcoming because, again, everybody is kind of in the same boat. It's like, everybody needs a car. So doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or you're just starting out, everybody's together in the car, driving to the hotel and that kind of thing. So it was really great. And a lot of behind the scenes connections and deals and that kind of thing were going on. Yeah.
That is amazing. I absolutely love being in the room with all our communities, and I'm in many. Like I said, BLM Beating One, AMA, CLA. It's just such a different atmosphere, and being able to host my first one coming up in May, it's really like a full
Right.
circle story. And it's a totally different ball game when you actually go in the room, especially when you are in a season of doubt, of just being stuck, of
Mhm.
just what else can I really absorb for myself so that I can go that next level. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to go into exactly what you're doing, about your clients, what have you done, what do you have going on, and how people can get a hold of you. So I'm super excited. So we're going to take a quick break and listen to one of our sponsors.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world, globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line, and of course, grow your circle and your network like never before, this is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JASCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
Welcome back, everyone. That was Jose Escobar. Definitely connect with him. Have a virtual coffee. Super amazing man, sponsor of our of this podcast as well as our upcoming event. But we are here with Cynthia Croissant. She is a physical therapist, or a personal trainer, rather.
Personal trainer.
Um,
Yep.
she is a personal trainer, just doing amazing things for busy moms. Tell us a little bit about that. So when you decided to help people after, working for a gym, what really, like, what was your goal with it? Like, what was your first initial instinct? How did you get that idea, that download, and how did you put it together?
Right. So After I got certified generally in personal training, I discovered that I had osteopenia because I broke a toe, then I broke another toe. When I broke a third toe, they were like, "We need to do a scan," and I was like, how do I have this? I mean, I live pretty healthy, and I decided I was going to lift heavy. That's what I was going to do to protect my bones. And so I tried, and I couldn't really, I had a hard time just jumping into the strength training, especially with barbells. So I tried kettlebells and I love that. And so I found a trainer to train me. And so started working with him, and I went to the certification test, and I did not pass. So doubled down. I was like, no, I'm going to do this. And so I tried again, and then I passed. And the guy who was my trainer saw that, and he was like, will you come work for me? Because I love your work ethic, and I love that you figured out how to do this. So I want you to come and help these other people, because he was somebody who would certify people. So people would come to him to his school, and people were coming through, and he saw that some of the people were having the same challenges I had, but I had figured out a way to overcome them that was a little bit different than what he taught. So he took me on board, and I got hired on to teach these specialty kettlebell techniques, and to help people who were having a hard time with that. And a lot of it was about mobility, because a lot of these people were a little bit older. So a little bit of aches and pains creep in there, a little bit of mobility issues. So I got special certifications in that, and then I was able to help these people to overcome the things that were holding them back when they wanted to, get certified in kettlebells. Or then people started coming like, I want to run a 10K, but my knees, because I'm a little bit older. So I would help them. And then, so I kind of became this person who can help take the brakes off of people. Because, again, if you're a little bit older, these things tend to creep in there, and you can't train exactly the same way you did when you were younger, because you get injured, and you got so many stresses in your life that to add like super hard workouts on top of that, it's a lot. So that's kind of how I came to specialize, because there was a need, and I just happened to be plugged into the community where that was needed. And that's kind of started to resonate. At first, my message was what I went through, like the middle-aged ladies need to strength train. Don't be afraid to strength train. It'll protect your bones. It'll make you feel strong and powerful. But now I think it's more general. It's about that even if you don't have a lot of time, even if you do have some aches and pains, you can still get stronger and healthier. You know, Even if you only have a few minutes here and there throughout the day, you can make great strides in being stronger and healthier. It's like not an all or nothing thing either. I'm like, double my body weight deadlifting to strength train, or I don't do it at all. It's like, no, there's a middle ground there. You can there's hope, even if you're like, I don't, it's too late for me. It's like, no, it's not. We can work with that. So that's kind of where I ended up today.
Oh my God, I love it. So there's a few things that came out of that. So the first thing I just wanted to comment on is the fact that you took advantage of every opportunity to grow. Sometimes we get employed, we get into these jobs, and we kind of just do the work, and
Mm.
we do the routine day in and day out with no clear goal. We're just satisfied with that. And then years later, when we're doing it for so long, sometimes we ask ourselves, like, is there more? Why am I not growing? We kind of get frustrated. So the whole point that Balm always likes to um, resonate, share, and empower is that we go into these different industries to gain more, to kind of see where we fit, if it's for us, and if it is and we love what we do, how can we be better in that, and how can we help the next person, and so on and so forth. So I just want to give kudos to you that you did not just, just take on this job and not, I mean, you really listen to your clients, and you're like, okay, well, I can do something on that. So that's basically what I call stacking or compounding on your current mission. So you kept going on and getting certified and making sure that you had all the tools that you needed to help those around you. So I just love that. I love when people definitely take advantage, and there's never a stopping point until our last breath when we're helping other people, and that's really our message and our goal. Then another thing that really stood out was that you just reassure them that, you only have two options, right? They think they only have two options, rather. They have the option to just go all in or just not do it at all. But you said, no, 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 we can fit it in somewhere. And you actually named it a very cute name that I love it. So, what is the name for those little times? Share with us that.
Snack-sized workouts, that's what I call them.
Yes, I absolutely love that because it's so true. We and including myself, we definitely take for granted those little 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes
Mhm.
that we do have a day that we're probably not doing anything productive. I mean, even though it's self-care, exercising and really taking care of your health is definitely something that you should add on to your routine. And if you could just do snack size workouts throughout the day, I'm sure that we'll be in a way better position than we want to be. And it actually gives you time to clear your mind, to work those stressors out. Can you tell us, how do you help your clients through those times?
Yeah. You know, I had read a news report the other day, and it said that there's a new study out that says that all you need is like 11 minutes a day of kind of moderately intense exercise, and you'll get benefits. Like anybody's got 11 minutes throughout the day. Yeah, so I do help people with I make it specialized. I work a lot of one-on-one with people, and so if you have an issue like your knees hurt and you try to get an off-the-shelf, workout program, and it's a bunch of burpees and jumping jacks, and you're like, "Oh, I can't work out because of my knees." It's like we can figure out a way to get some of the benefits without having all of the risk of further injury or, whatever your particular need is. I work with people who have a little, a butt. Like I want to work out, but I work a lot with those kinds of people just to make sure it all fits. And that's what we do. We do several really kind of short workouts throughout the day, and we can do it at home. That's what I specialize in over Zoom, just to check on form, make sure everybody is staying safe. Again, we can use the kettlebells that I got certified in. That it's great. You don't need bulky, get that big giant machine in your house. It's like we don't need that. Just a mat, maybe a couple dumbbells or kettlebells, and we can do a lot just at home. You don't have to. I tell people, I don't care. You can roll out of bed in your pajamas. You don't have to change your clothes. Let's just get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And is there any like character building mindset, anything that you touch base, because it's kind of hard because we can all get up and
Mhm.
kind of do something for 11 minutes, but when we're in that moment or in those times, in those seasons, that it's just hard, there's things going on around us, like what type of topics do you really talk about with your clients that help alleviate some of those stressors so that they can get um the energize or what
Yeah.
the energy to get up?
That is a great question. And I heard this a lot. I did some market research about, so do you exercise? Why do you exercise? Why do you not exercise? Just to kind of get an idea. And a lot of people said they want to, but they just can't find the motivation. They're like, yeah, I get it, but I just can't seem to get there. So I wrote up a whole little guide about how to get your exercise mojo back. So if anybody is interested, I can send that to them. It's a workbook. You can fill it in. And basically, it just suggests that you find, why do you want to do this? And maybe you say, because I want to fit in my favorite jeans. And then the key is to ask, well, why do you want to fit in your favorite jeans? And you keep going down, down, down till you get to some sort of really deep motivation that is buried deep inside of you that's super meaningful. Like, I saw my mother die at a young age, and I don't want that. I want to be there for my grandkids, something along those lines. And that is what's going to get you out of bed in the morning. It's not, like a size 18 jean is not that different from a size 8. So you're like, the difference there is not enough to get me off the couch. But the difference between being there for your grandkids and not being there for your grandkids, that is probably enough of a difference that would get you off the couch. And I get that there are a lot of people have a lot of conversations in their head around their body. And I'm not a gym person, and it's selfish to take time, and it's very vain if I'm worried about how I look. There's a lot that can be going on in your head, and I understand that. I have some of them myself. I get that. In fact, I'm taking a new certification because I'm always doing that, and it's called Reclaim Your Power, and it's about how to coach people who have these disempowering conversations so that they can come through that and step into all their power. So I'm going to combine that with the being powerful physically with being powerful, reclaiming the power in all areas of your life. So that is something that I'm working on currently because I get that.
That is awesome. I'm glad I asked because that's super amazing that you put a guide together. When I, as a coach, and just speaking on my notary side, because my business coaching, obviously, it has all of that. But even on my notary side, like as a notary, it's just like signing paper. It's just like, here are the laws. It's whatever. But I noticed that some of my clients, may not understand the how do you call it, the process, and they kind of get worried that they're going to mess something up, and the anxiety kicks in. So I have to actually
Mm.
put something that's non-notary into my course to make sure that they understand that they did not make a mistake, that this is something that is their choice, this is something that they can definitely because then your voice tells you, right, you can't do this, it's just too much work. Because
Mhm.
even though it's a lot of nuances, it's really not a lot of work until you get into action. And then I have to remind myself, Nikki, you've been doing this for a year and a half, you've done over 1,000. How can we help those that are just starting out have the confidence? So we have confidence building as well. So it's
Great.
all about mindset and adding those additional things to our coaching programs, no matter what industry it is. If you're teaching someone how to exercise, okay, that's very important, because it's the biggest challenge is just doing it, right? Just getting started.
Yep.
So I am super excited that you are expanding your certifications and making sure that you are taking care of your clients holistically, like you said. And I love that. I love that. Love that. And I'm also doing another master certification program for
Oh,
mine, like with abundance and with all
I
these
love
other things. So I'm totally with you on that. Our learning just never stops, no matter what level of success we get on. There's always room to grow and having additional tangible stuff for our clients in any industry. So I love that. So, do you have anything going on right now that you kind of want to talk about? How can people contact you? How can people locate you? Let us know.
great. I have several things going on, but probably the best kind of entry level thing that people can just try. I offer a free trial of a class that I do, which is kind of unique. I call it the body reset class, and it's all those exercises that I have found 99% of people need to do in order to just move and function and feel good and then take their whatever other fitness they want to do to the next level. I have a follow along class that goes live on Zoom on Monday evenings. And I'd love to have you all join, try it out. So you can send me a text or an email to my name, Cynthia Croissant, put personal trainer PT, Cynthia Croissant at gmail.com, and say that you heard me on this podcast and you would like to try out the body reset class, and I'd be happy to have you guys join. Try it out. It's kind of hard to talk about it. It's sort of like yoga, but different a little bit. So it's great if you can just try it out and get an idea of what that's like.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. And I'll make sure to put that in the show notes as well.
Great. Yeah.
That's super awesome. And also, there was a question I was going to ask while you were talking, and it totally blew my mind. Um,
It'll come back to you.
yeah, it'll definitely come back to me. Let me think. Mhm. So, so you have those things going on, and
Yep.
what are, and oh yes, I remember, because I don't have too many issues with my knees, but I do have a lot of things with my wrists. So
Okay.
are there certain things that people that just can't like do push-ups or anything like that that
Mhm.
you can modify, things that you can like use a wall or
Yeah.
chair?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes if you have like wrist or elbow issues, it can be related to your neck is kind of interesting. But yeah, so if you wanted to do push-ups and your wrists are kind of sore, yeah, doing them on the wall is great, or even like on your counter. Or you know what, sometimes I have my clients too. I'm like looking for my mat here. I'll show you real quick. Um, like put something, you can elevate the surface and then you can put your hands like that so that it's not such a steep bend. You can
Mm,
just elevate your palms a little bit and that can help. You know, depending on what it is and how much it hurts, you could just kind of elevate your palms a little bit just to decrease that bend. That can help. Or, you know, sometimes the people just, you know, you don't do push-ups and that's okay. You do something else, like you could do some chest press, get some dumbbells, or suspension trainers are great too, something like that. Or those cable machines at the gym. And this is not a home exercise, but if you go to a gym, those cable machines are great because then you can have your shoulders really mobile and moving, and you can get the exact angle that feels really good for you. So that might be something to try out. Um, so yeah, if you have issues like that, let me know. I can brainstorm. Sometimes I think of it like I'll choose an exercise. It's like choosing an outfit, you know, at the store, and you look at it, it's like, oh, that looks like it'll fit. Then you like put it on, and you're like, no, not quite. And so I feel like, you know, sometimes I think of exercises like that. Well, like that looks good, and then you try it out, and you're like, no, that's not quite it. And so then we try a different one, and I try not to make it mean anything like, oh, I can't exercise because I can't do push-ups, you know. And sometimes you're like, oh, that's just not the outfit for me, that's not the exercise for me, but there are other ones out there and we could find one that does fit.
that's awesome. Thank you so much for those tips, Cynthia. You're just amazing. Love what you're doing. Love being in community with you, and can't wait to continue to see you grow and what you are, you know, going to do moving forward. And if you definitely want to connect with her, her email is on the screen. It would definitely be on the show notes as well. Do you have any final words for our moms that are just lost right now, and really what they can do to get motivated and just send that email to at least get started, or some info session?
It is no obligation. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna take no for an answer. Like I said, I'm not that type of salesperson. I truly just want to make sure that you are being as fit and healthy as you can be. And if I can help, wonderful. So you can reach out without any worry about that. I want to tell everybody, moms in particular, I get that moms feel like they just don't have time for themselves. That's why I try to particularly serve the moms because I get that. And I want to encourage people to think that self care is not selfish. You need, like they say on the airplane, put your mask on first before assisting other people. It's like you are your business. If you're not taking care of yourself, you know, if you go down, you get sick, you get injured, what's going to happen to your business? You have to take care of yourself. So it's not selfish, it's an investment. Just like you would save up for the future financially, you need to take care of your body as an investment for the future. And don't be afraid to strength train. Do little bits accumulated throughout the day add up. You don't, it's not an all or nothing thing. It's not like, oh, I can't do push-ups. Now I can't do anything. I can help you if that is something that's causing you to be stuck. If you are stuck, talk to somebody. It doesn't have to be me, but I encourage you guys to talk to somebody to get unstuck because there's a wide world out there and I want you guys to be in it living fully.
I love that. Thank you so much. It's been amazing having you on the show. As I stated, you are now part of the Building a Leadership Mindset Bomb family. So I'm super excited. It was great to have you on, and great to pick your brain about this topic that we are all struggling with in one way, shape, or form, or we know someone that's struggling in this. And just know that there is support out there, no matter where you get it. Just start getting it. That's the most important part. And I love what you said about that. We have a whole world that wants you in it for as long as you can be, right? And your health is that number one self-care, and it's not selfish at all. We do need to be at 100% so we can serve at 100%. So thank you so much, Cynthia. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. You have a great day. And as I always say, make it count.